first and foremost, I just want to like thank you. You know what I'm saying, for like doing this. I know like you don't really do interviews and shit like that, so I appreciate you like coming up. I mean, I already just said everything or whatever. Like, you know, I don't want to do too much or whatever. But I mean, can you like tell the people who you are? You know what I mean? For those that don't know,
I'm Fabby Rotten, Fabby Rotten the Flair, Fabby Rotten the Gabachi, the Goat, whatever you want to call me, man. Fabby Rotten, man. That's what I go by.
you know, and I'm telling people about like who you are. Like, I tell them, I say, yo, I knew you as Fabergé A. You know what I'm saying? I still got that shit in my car, by the way, the art show and whatnot. I was like, this is one of the niggas that made me fall in love with Columbus hip hop music, like that whole era. I think the first time I heard you perform was at Black Tuesday, and a series you used to do, and
Serious Ad.
Yeah, Serious Ad. Yeah, and you know what I mean, you put out the art show, classic Columbus mixtape.
Thank you.
And you know what I'm saying, just like the way that you go on like records or whatever, it's like I didn't know that people in the city could do that type of work, and that was like way back in like 2010. You know what I'm saying? So like fast forward to now, and I've had the privilege of like calling myself a fan, you know what I'm saying, of your music and everything, and especially like in the last couple of years, like I feel like your career, I don't think I ever told you this either, I feel like your career kind of like ignited the motivation to run Fly Paper the way that I'm doing, because it's like, all right, this guy he made music that like touched me the same way that Ye music did, Kid Cudi music did, Jay-Z music did. And if I go and talk to somebody, and they might not know who it is, or like, you know, Fabby, like, or Fabergé, it's like, all right, well, who is that? And then I tell them, it's like, yo, this is dope. And in a lot of ways, if you go to anywhere else, you go to Brooklyn. I went to Brooklyn last year. Well, in 2016, it was a life-changing experience for me, because I was walking around and I saw, you know, streets that people rapped about in their songs, you know what I mean? And it's like the only reason why this is so special to me is because I hear about it, and I'm in Columbus, and I know like the legends of like New York, and I know the legends of California and of Georgia, and it's like, how come we don't have that here in Columbus? How come if I'm walking around like, and I say, you know, Fabby's name, say Jerome's name, say Veda, Pete Black, like all these different people or whatever, people don't know about it. That's like, all right, somebody has to do something, even if I don't all the way know how to do it. I'm going to try, you know what I'm saying? And that's how like the whole spirit of Fly Paper like really got started. This new Fly Paper, at least, like the new era. So you know what I mean, I'm real appreciative that you like sat down and did this interview. And I mean, I feel like people don't really get a chance to like interview like people that like, I don't want to say changed my life, I ain't gonna give you that much credit, but definitely like influence, you know what I'm saying, a younger me, you know what I'm saying?
That way.
Not saying that you older than me or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
because they got a rumor that I'm super old. Some nigga said that. Smack shit out that nigga, whoever he is. But anyway, yeah, but nah, I appreciate that too, though. But with that said, y'all gotta you feel me? We already spoke. You know what I mean?
Nah,
you been holding it down, though. You been holding it down, though.
Trying
keep
to.
it real. You been holding
I
it down. You been holding it down.
And that's the thing. Like, a lot of people, they might be surprised to even like see this type of interview like happen, because they think that like I don't think that there's a lot of authenticity and honesty that's just out like in our like culture and stuff right now. Like,
everybody wanna just get along
or either just get along or be afraid to like say certain stuff because you don't want to like rub people the wrong way, and like you want to put up a facade, and
politics as usual, right?
Yeah, real politics. And so when there's somebody that like exists outside of like the politics of like those interactions and shit, and you know, you speak out, you say like, I disagree with this or whatever, blah blah blah, and they think like, oh, you like, you know, that person ain't gonna get no love no more, or now they gonna the beefing, or you know. But me personally, I prefer it when people are honest and like you just like speak their truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just glad that you did this, but I guess. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like, you know, structure like, you know, I ask you a question or whatever, but like I guess I want to know like how you started making music. You know what I'm saying?
Shit. Damn. some niggas from my hood, me and my nigga Shard, and my nigga Red Sparks. Shout out to Red Sparks, he in the A doing this thing, but my nigga Shard worked with Red, and Shard was like my nigga, me and Shard, that's my cousin, matter of fact. Like, Shard met Red, yeah, Shard was making beats. Shard met Red, and Red was making beats. So, you feel me? They had like beat machines and shit, and Red knew how to record and shit, and they had studio equipment, so they went out and bought all this shit and shit, and I was freestyling. I always used to freestyle with Shard, and my nigga Shard used to be like, Fab, Shy, bro, you really hard. Cause they didn't call me Fab back then, but they like, Shy, bro, you really hard, bro. Like, you could go. And I used to be like, nah, bro, rapping that shit. Cause you feel me, in the hood, nigga, like, niggas don't really respect rappers, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? So you like, you can rap, but you like, that shit cool. Like, that shit cool. And then I remember one time my nigga Shard was telling me, like, you should rap. And my nigga Frost, he was rapping. He had been doing this thing for a minute. His name's Scott Frost. But Kid Frost, he was doing this thing for a minute. And he from the hood. He was from right up the street or whatever. But he was my nigga. We grew up together and shit. And he was telling me, like, bro, you need to start rapping, bro. Because he heard me rapping a couple times with his brother Jordan. And my nigga Jay would tell him, like, bro, that nigga Fab, Shy can go crazy. That nigga be going crazy. So I'm like, he called me over one time. And his manager was over there. And at the time, they was making moves. He had another nigga with him, like, shout out to Natty Boy. He had Natty Boy. He was with him too at the time. And they called me over there, and we started rapping. And I was rapping, and their manager was like, whoa, bro, I'm fucking with you. Like, da-da-da-da, you da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, word. And I'm telling him, like, and I'm like, y'all, I don't really want to rap. I don't really want to rap. But at the time, I knew, like, okay, if he do this shit for real, and he think I'm sweet, I want to rap, but I don't want to do this shit with you.
Yeah.
Because you already got two artists, and Kid Frost and them is my niggas, you feel me? And you already need to pay attention to them. But since you gave me that, okay, I'm about to go do this on my own. So,
Right.
You feel me? So, my cousin B. Warner had been making music. He was, I got that red lighter. He was making music with, at the studio, Star Studio. I can't remember what it's called. It was in the hood though, over there on Livingston. But he was making music with Fatty Cool and shit. He was around them and shit making music. So he used to come to the cookouts and shit, and he damn near raised me and shit. Him and Tricky and Maine and my uncles and shit. But I used to rap and freestyle and shit, and he used to be like, you go crazy, because he used to battle me and shit, and we used to battle, and I used to be back then, it will always be a tie or whatever. So one year he took me to the fair or whatever, and he made me battle like 3 or 4 niggas at a time. But I was like 14, 15 maybe. And I'm shredding these niggas though. These niggas is like grown, 18, high school, you feel me? They talking about shit, you feel me, that I only see, I ain't even doing yet. So I'm converting, doing different flows and shit, but I'm shredding him. So he telling me I'm sweet and shit. So he started a band. He like, bro, I was in a different kind of music. Like, I always said I wanted to do this shit. Like, I was listening to, like, Pharrell and Weezy and shit like that. So, I wanted to do different kind of music and shit. So, I'm like, bro, let's do some different kind of shit, like some NERD type, you know what I mean, influence type shit. So, we was in a band. It was me, him, my nigga Dre, Sir Dre, King Dre right now. He run a studio right now. He be recording me right now. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's crazy how the world works. But Dre, and it was another girl with us. Her name was Jazzy, but we had a group though, and it was called The Yellow Beginning. You feel me?
Yeah.
We was in a little band, like a little group type shit. We was making music, and you feel me? We was doing good and shit. We had a woozy manager and shit. We almost got signed and shit though, but we had a woozy manager, and then we went our separate ways. And I was working with Dre, working on a project. And I had went to school with Don and Ralph, and Don and Ralph knew Lee. And I had seen Lee a couple times, because I'm from out south and Lee from out south, and we ran around the same people, you feel me? He was just older than me, so I really didn't run with his crowd, but I was that nigga who was allowed around them type of, you feel me? Because I was always, you feel me, moving a certain kind of way. But I bumped into Ralph and Don and them. They hit me up about my music. I had did a song with King Killer, the dude who shoot the videos now. Shout out to King Killer. I did a song with King Killer, and we did a video. And they saw the video, and they hit me up like, yo, we want you to come meet Lee. He had just left Fly Union. Shout out to Fly Union too, you feel me? he had just left Fly Union, and he hit me up like, yo, I want to fuck with you. I think your shit sweet. Like, I'm doing this thing called Milk and Serve. And at first, on the real, I'm like, you know what? I had a tape out called No Substance I was doing with Jack. AU. Shout out to AU. Yeah. AU, what it do? Yeah, that's my guy.
It's classic.
But yeah, I was doing a tape with AU or whatever. And it was all freestyles or whatever. And I was recording it. And I had told AU. And AU was like, man, you should fuck with them. And I'm like, man, I don't want nobody thinking, you feel me, I'm trying to use nobody or use Lee or use nobody's fame or hype. We ain't even use clout. You feel me? I don't even know nobody's hype or nothing. So I'm about to just drop my own tape. So I dropped my own tape. Then Lee hit me up again, and I was kicking it with Don and Ralph. And Lee came around, and I was vibing with Lee. But I already had knew Lee. We had seen each other from the hood, young niggas. I had seen him hooping and shit, because he hooped at Ridge. I knew Lee. Like, I knew who he was from Fly Union and shit, because he was kind of like, seeing Lee, he was kind of like, it was kind of like, damn, it's that nigga. Like, you feel me? Because you'll go to different house parties, because we young niggas, you go to different places, and they playing Fly Union videos on the screen, and you see Lee got the fits on, you feel me, the kicks. He going dumb crazy, you feel me? Like, going really crazy. So, when he wanted to fuck with me, I was kind of like, yo, this nigga want to fuck with me. This nigga cold. I'm listening to him, and I'm like, man, I'm cold. It ain't no way I ain't cold. So I started fucking with him. I'm like, man, you know what? It make no sense. Like, you feel me? Like, my niggas wasn't really doing it no more. And I'm like, shit, I ain't about to go be doing it with no woozy niggas. It don't only make sense to go be with some cold niggas like me. So then that's when me, him, and P linked up. And Ralph and Don. And we had Milk and Serve. And my nigga G4, Mikey, the traveling Don. You feel me? He was a part of there, going everywhere you want to be. But, and my nigga Briss was with us, you feel me? It was a good time, you feel me? But that's how I got started, for real. And Lee kind of hit me to making songs and shit, you feel me? Because I was just really freestyling the whole way through. But then I still freestyle, but now I can freestyle. I can make songs and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, like, you from Columbus, south side of Columbus and everything.
South side of Columbus, the 223, you feel me?
Yeah.
The whole south side.
So, like, I don't know.
Smith Road, shout out Smith Road. That's where I live too.
You said what, Smith Road?
Shout out Smith Road. Shout out to PJTs. Shout out the whole city.
Word. So, like with Milk and Syrup and everything, because I mean that's the Columbus that I came into. Whatever. When like P Black was making his tapes, and right around you dropped the art show in 2011, right?
I don't even remember, bro.
Yeah,
I think so. 2011. I know P had already had Chicken and Waffles out.
Yeah, he put out Chicken and Waffles. And he was on that the Simulot Go. How you say it? It was like City of Columbus backwards.
Yeah, City of Columbus backwards.
Yeah, and like when I realized that shit, I had just graduated from high school. I was like, ugh, that shit cold.
Yeah, that was P's idea. P a cold nigga with that one. That was P's idea.
So you put out the art show during that time or whatever, and like that was the Columbus that like I fell in love with or whatever. That's already spoken. I ain't gonna like talk too much about that, but like from there, like how did you go from there to like here? You know what I'm saying? Like what happened with like Milk and Syrup? What happened with like all that?
What happened with Milk and Syrup? Everybody just kind of grew up and decided to go their separate ways. Don pursued a different profession. Ralph began to find a different niche. He started building like bikes and stuff and was building antique bikes and was really getting into that. And that was kind of outside of what we was doing with the music. He was getting really into that. He found a niche. Lee was also pursuing different ventures too. He had just linked up with Stally, you know what I mean? Everything was going different ways in a good, positive way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
P was moving out of town, you know what I mean? So everybody was kind of like, all right, we all built this, we all been training together for this long. Now it's time to go out, every man for himself, be a warrior, hunt the food, every man eat what he hunt, you know what I mean? It was time.
I remember, all right, so like the fact that I remember meeting was Fabergé A, and when I say meeting, I think it's like artistically, 'cause I think that I had been a fan of yours maybe 3 or 4 years before I actually like met you in person. I don't even remember the first time that I met you, honestly. I think it might have been last year at the Bazaar.
I think I met you at a party at Capitol. with KK. KK took me.
Oh
to the party.
yeah. I just saw her last night at the premiere. Everything for the Black Panther or whatnot.
She was swaggy, was she?
Yeah. For sure.
KK be jiggy.
So, but like the fact that I remember meeting was Fabergé A, and like who you are right now, you know Fabby Rotten. So like, how do you go from like? I mean, are they the same person? You know what I'm saying?
On the real, like I was always Fabby Rotten, but the thing was at the time, like when I got with the niggas I got with, like that's what I'm saying. Like now in Columbus and now in the world, you allowed to make whatever kind of music you want to make, but at a certain time, you had to be talking about a little bit of something. You feel me? You had to have some bars. You had to have like, and the niggas at least I was with when I was going in the studio. You feel me? I may have had these vibes in my head, but when I got in the studio and Lee get on this bitch and snap, and then P get on that bitch and snap, that whole vibe of, oh, I want to make some fun shit, I want to turn up, that whole vibe switched to, oh, I'm about to snap. You feel me? So I was just in snap mode. That's what we was making. It was a good time, and that's what I was kind of into. But I always was Fab. Like Lee would tell you, like I always wanted to make this kind of shit. Yeah. And Lee would tell me like, "My Fab, go ahead, do that." But I would be like, "Nah, man, ain't ready." Like it was a long period of time where people thought like I was not making music, but I was still making. I was making records, but I was just using shit as practice. Like I was at my nigga Shane's studio, and I was making like a bunch of records. I was getting on Rolling Stone instrumentals with no beat add to it. I did a song with Blueprint that was a Dead Monkey sample. Like you know what I mean? Like I was doing a bunch of type of different shit. Like back then, even like different voice shit. I was using auto tune, all that type of shit.
So like for people that don't know, like well at least this is kind of how I distinguish. Like Fabergé, Fabergé A was more like I don't even want to say backpack rapper, but like a lyrical, you know what I'm saying? Just still lyrical. It's you know what I'm trying to say, like
it was more technical.
Yeah, it's real technical and everything, like just bars. And then Fabby Rotten is kind of like a punk rapper, you know what I'm saying? What was the term that you used earlier?
Pretty pink punk rap grunge.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm the king of. Pretty pink punk rap grunge. That's what I make. When
you listen to your music, I remember you dropped Flex a couple years ago in 2016, and it's like that was it's like a rock song almost, you know what I mean? But the shit's still dope though.
It's a freestyle.
Yeah, there was a freestyle?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a freestyle.
Yeah, I recorded it with Elliot Trent. He made the beat. Soon as he got done making the beat, he set the mic up. The mic he was sitting right where you was. I was recording right where he was. He was there. And I just rapped it all the way. My nigga Zero was there. Shout out to Zero on the beats. Yeah. He was there and I just rapped it all the way through. And then I did some dubs on the hook. And then I was listening to it and I pieced in different parts and did, you know what I mean?
So like, what would you say to like somebody that said that you're not rapping on it? It's like, it's more like melodic and more like singing and stuff. What would you say to somebody that said that?
I mean, if that's what they hear, I mean, that's dope. But I think it's like that too. I think it's more melodic, but that's definitely a rap cadence. But that's a cadence to me. So maybe my cadence is melodic and singy. That's a cadence to me that I've been using for a long time.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I guess that's a good question too. Like, Swervana, like that whole project that you put out where you were, it's like sing-songy, like rapping and everything, but it. I don't know. It feels like grunge rap. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, was that the first project that you put out for, like, public consumption?
To be pretty pink, punk rap grunge. Yeah, that was the first. That was meant. I wanted that to be grunge. From the mixing, from the way things sounded, from the way we was recording it, to the way Tron was making the beats, to the way the homies was there, from the way Kalechi did the artwork, from all that, from the way like if you listen, it was. How the skits is, how we just talking and chilling through the skits, all that is documented. It was supposed to be a document of the time of the grunge of that era, because it was even a grunge time of the scene in Columbus, if you thought about it. Even the way the shows, like if you went to my shows at that time for Swervana, it was like rock shows. People was
real rocky.
They was going crazy.
Yeah.
All them shows, the Double Happiness and stuff, Khan's birthday and shit like that, that shit was going crazy.
Yeah, so like, what would you say? Well, I don't even want to say what would you say, like, because that sound, my bad, the sound that came up or whatever at the same time that, I've been meaning to ask you this for a long time too, that like Lil Uzi and everything was coming up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I wouldn't. And the way I tell people is like, I would prefer to listen to like Fabby Rotten, like this like punk grunge rapper or whatever, than Lil Uzi. You know what I mean? Like, do you get that comparison a lot?
Yeah, and that shit kind of pissed me off because, I mean, I don't got no problem. You can throw them woods. Just throw them up here. Good looking. Thank you.
Dude, that's so fucking crazy. You would
Oh
have
yeah, it's
read my
going
mind.
crazy. Oh yeah, it's going crazy. But
Right here, bro.
But I fuck with like when I first heard Uzi, it's funny because when I first heard Uzi, it was me, my nigga Dom, Dom the God. Yeah. My nigga Dom, shout out Dom.
I got a crazy story about him. I mean, I ain't never met him before.
Man,
You know
there's a
this,
million crazy stories about my nigga Dom, but that's the mystique. You feel me?
Honestly,
My nigga Lil, my nigga
you
Lil,
like I mean, this is a quick tangent, but if you responsible for like the way that like I'm running fly paper and stuff now, but he's responsible for like me like making sure that I'm well researched and knowledgeable about shit when I'm talking about him. Because we put out like a power ranking second issue that I ever put out with fly paper, and like I was like, all right, here's. I was just asking, like, all right, who's hot in Columbus or whatever, like, in your opinion, and like his name kept on coming up a lot, you know what I'm saying? And so I did a list that had 11 people on it. He was on it, and I used the wrong image for him, you know what I'm saying? And a nigga, he was like, bro, how the fuck you gonna make a list and, you know what I'm saying, you got the wrong image for the rapper or whatever? And I was like, nigga, I didn't know, but I was being lazy. I didn't like research it enough. So it's like, I'll never make that mistake
I'm just
again.
saying.
That time.
I'm just speaking for me, myself, Dom, couple others. If you ain't getting it right, them niggas from the South is gonna be on you.
He's up from the South Side of Columbus too?
Yes, he's from the same area. I seen Dom growing up. We grew up all around together,
Word.
each other. You feel me?
Yeah.
Everybody through. That's what I'm saying. I know Dom. I've seen Dom on the South. I know Dom from the South.
Yeah.
I know Lee from the South Side.
Word.
I've seen him for sure.
But my bad, go ahead with what you were saying though.
What was going on?
Damn, I forgot to.
You said something about sing song. Now what you say?
Oh, we talking about Uzi.
I thought when I first heard Uzi, I was with Dom. We was at the rap house. Me, Dom, my nigga Ian, my nigga Moore, my nigga Tate. We was all just kicking it. You feel me? Chilling together at the same time. And that tape came out. That's the first time I ever heard of him. Was when the Love Is Rage came out.
Yeah.
But I heard him one time. My nigga Booth. Back in the day, I had dyed my hair. My dreads was all red.
Yeah.
And my nigga Booth was like, we was in the studio. We was at my nigga Shane's studio. He's like, bro, you kind of look like this nigga Uzi. Kind of look like you. Or you look like him. What's good? And I'm like, bro, I never heard of that nigga before in my life. So it kept going on. I didn't even look at the picture and go going on about my day because I didn't even used to have an Instagram or none of that back then. I didn't used to be into none of that. I didn't get an Instagram until like March maybe before Sorvana came out. You know what I mean? Like that's when I first got Instagram. But so I didn't used to see none of that shit. I didn't know what none of them niggas look like or none of that. But other than that, I mean, I fuck with Uzi. He cool, but I don't like the comparison because what I do is like I feel like it's way different than what he do.
Word.
And
So like,
maybe it's just because the niggas is black and dark skinned with dreads. I feel like everybody correlates. But I feel like black people shouldn't correlate that because they know black people have dreads and look like this.
I agree with that, and I also think that
And the people shouldn't correlate it because the people, especially the people here, if you've been following what's going on, you've been knowing me. You've been knowing I do like that at the shows. So how could you even correlate the two? With two different things, doing a whole different thing. You know?
I think sometimes like, I mean, you kind of spoke to like black expectations and whatnot. We're not really supposed to be making like grunge music. You know what I'm saying?
But why not?
And that's the question. I
Time
remember.
out.
What's good?
You see this band right here, Death?
Right.
This is a black band. 4 black brothers. They on the back of this shirt from Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah, they from Detroit.
Yeah.
They originated punk rap.
Death
But
Pit.
Death.
Yeah.
A band called Death. Death for the world to see. Black. Jimi Hendrix, black. Muddy Waters, black. Chuck Berry, black men. Rock, baby. This shit was ours. You feel me? So we all supposed to do whatever we can inspire to do. You feel me? There's no limitations on nothing unless you are in jail or you feel me, or dead. That's the only limitation to you. But other than that, we all supposed to do whatever we aspire to do. So it's no color. You should never say black shouldn't do this or white shouldn't do this.
I just remember like I was growing up or whatever. Like I grew up Parsons and Livingston and everything. So it was like the near East Side, near South Side. And
I used to live on Southwood too. So.
Yeah, word. And I remember, like, I had we had just moved back up from North Carolina, and I was going down the street, and I was listening to Linkin Park in my headphones and whatnot, and like all my cousins, and I mean, they killed me for that shit. I was like, oh, you listen to that white boy music and all that type of stuff. You know, it's like that was just
That's just because
so,
you feel me? Because
yeah.
I mean, and it's only because they just society just put it like that. Everybody has just been painted to you like that from growing up and everything. But if you really do the history of it, the Rolling Stones are called the Rolling Stones after a Muddy Waters song. The Rolling Stones took Muddy Waters on tour after Muddy Waters' career died down. They took Muddy Waters on tour and took him on an overseas tour and told the people, this is the man who inspired us to do this music. You feel me? So you feel me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, everything for everybody.
You get any like backlash when like you put out Sorvana and it was like so different than like other like projects you had put out?
No.
Like from your fans?
Only backlash I got was from y'all's review.
Oh, for Sorvana. Yeah.
Some whatever the clown, some 2 stars somehow, but anyway. But other than that, all my shows, the love was reciprocated. Like everything, even the Bazaar, from everything I was doing at the time, it was nothing but love. Like trying to play the records, it was nothing but love. People, you feel me? I never got no backlash. Other than that's why I was appalled. Like, wow. And you was out here in the street. Like, I would see some of y'all's people in the shows going crazy. So I'm like, how the fuck is that?
Look,
you know?
I still listen to Sorvana's in my car right now too. Like, still, you know what I'm saying? I personally like that. I wasn't responsible for
when I be going around the homies and shit, the homies be like, bro, that's right, bro. You going crazy right now too, but bro, that's right, bro. Yeah, bro, that shit. You need to do another one, bro. I got some shit though.
Yeah, you making music right now?
Huh?
You making music right now?
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, cause you put out at the end of last year, you know, POP, put out the Gotham and non-written.
Yeah, Pop. People often pretend.
What that's it? That's it. Oh, is it called Pop? It's not.
It's called Pop.
So it's not like an acronym. Like every time I talk about
it is an acronym. It's called Pop though, but the Pop stands for people often pretend.
Yeah, and then you put out Sip Hop. That was January. Was that?
I put out 3 tapes in 2 months.
Yeah, and I remember when you first told me that you put it out. And like I was like, all right, cool, you know what I mean, nigga making music and all that type of shit. And then you put out another one, Like, why you like put out all this shit like all at once? You know what I mean? Or why was it that barrage? Like, you know,
I was in the process of making new music, and I had that music, and it was the end of the year, and I like to not go into the new year with no problems, not even really no old music sitting on nothing, you feel me, that I thought was usable. So I put everything that I had, and Pop and Gotham, I recorded like the week they came out. I was recording them songs because I was just in a rhythm. I was feeling good. I wanted to do that style. I was feeling good. I wanted to go back and what you say, technical rap. I wanted to do that. I wanted to just show my Kobe. Kobe
honestly,
game.
as a fan,
and that's my Kobe game. When you be like,
that you went back,
get to like, doing everything. That's my cool. When you like, damn, that nigga doing this Kobe game. He doing that lyrical shit. Then he jump on and do the pretty pink grunge shit. Then he jump on and do this. Oh my god, what this guy? You feel me? That's what I wanted to think about.
So like moving forward, like the music that you're making right now, I guess you just. I mean, I every time you put out a project, it's like a new type of sound. You know what I mean?
That's what you feel me? Because I feel like I'm able to do that because I'm really like I feel like I like to compare. I love Jean-Michel Basquiat. I like to compare I feel like I'm Basquiat-ish creating because I walk in there. I don't go in there with no perceived notion or nothing. Maybe I go in there, my man send the beats. I listen to him, you feel me, to just get the pockets or whatever. But then I go in there, it's no pen, it's no phone, it's no none of that. The mic is the easel and I get to painting. Doing what I do, I'm the engineer. It's my assistant, he helping me paint. He's assorting the colors for me, arranging everything, dumping out the water, making sure it's clean, you know what I mean? So I can paint and I do my thing, you feel me? So I feel like it's supposed to be like that because if I was writing it, it's going to be the same. You know what I mean? Because it's going to get to be structured. But it's so unstructured that I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just really creating it. Like, from free right there on the emotion. That's why I'm saying, like, I never want to be like, I do this kind of music because I never know what I'm going to do because I really make music based on how I'm feeling, what I'm feeling, what's going on in my life at that time. You know what I mean?
So, how do you be feeling when you making the music and... Like, all right, so, for example, when we did the review, you know what I mean, for Savannah and everything, and people didn't like it, like, I guess the question is like, how do you feel?
Who I wouldn't say people didn't like it. I would say
he didn't like it.
Yeah. Whoever the clown book was, he didn't like it.
Right. So like, if you don't, what's the right word for it? Like, if it's not received well by people or whatever, like, how does that make you feel?
It don't make me feel no good. I mean, it don't make me feel no kind of way because it's really art. Like, I watched a Currency interview where Currency said these 50,000 people may not like it, but it's a whole another 50,000 over here that might fuck with this shit to death and jam the hell out of this shit. So you can't really get caught up in that, and I really don't. I only get caught up when my homies don't like my shit. You feel me? But a regular person. But when I saw that, I just felt like, well, he didn't understand. Maybe he didn't get to experience the shows. Maybe, you know what I mean? Because it was really a thing. Like, Pretty Pink Grunge, you're not just gonna adapt to that unless you actually get to feel it and be a part of it, see it, see how it works, see the fit, see the, you know what I mean, just feel the energy of it, you know what I mean?
That's one thing I'll say about Columbus music right now is that, like, when I go, and because I pay for all, even though I'm sure that I could get into like shows for free and like not have to pay at the door and all that type of stuff, like I pay for like performances and stuff now because I feel like when I go to them that I'm actually getting a real performance. Like the artists are like taking a lot of time to like put together their sets, and like it's an actual, like it's a show, like in the sense of the word, right?
Yeah.
And I think about what you're saying because I went to the bazaar and I remember, like, I mean, I don't even think you did a full set, but when you went up there, like you performed Flex, it's like
I didn't perform a song at all. That's crazy. Everybody thinks I performed. That's how impactful that show.
Yeah, I remember.
I didn't even do the
you was
DJ.
On stage, but
yeah, I was on stage.
But you weren't like
I just hosted it. I didn't perform a song though. I really didn't want, because I didn't want to be one of those guys who got together with some people and threw a show, because I threw that, me, Ainsley, and shout out to Ainsley and Corey Park. Shout out to Corey Parks. He was amazing. He did a lot of, because, you know what I mean, I'm a loose guy. I don't really write stuff down. Corey Parks did a lot of precise planning for that show. He was very helpful. You know what I mean? Corey Parks was a big part of getting that thing done. But I didn't want it to be like, and I was telling Corey even when I was doing it, I don't want people's notion or thought of me to be, oh, this dude it got to be about him. So I thought at the time, I requested Vern on the show because I saw what Vern was doing. I understood.
Yeah, he's a great performer.
I understand the impact of it. I see. I'm out there, so I knew the pulse of the people, what the niggas wanted. You feel me? Like, niggas want to see Vern. Niggas, if this is supposed to be a grind, you feel me? An experience, we got to put it. You feel me? Somebody who's adding to the experience in there. So all the performers was added, and Lee, you feel me? Lee had the joints at the time.
That was a crazy. You know what I mean? That was the first performance you did after 20s Go for Knicks, right? Yeah. So I didn't want people to think, oh, it got to be about me. So I wanted other people to shine. I just wanted to see everybody. I felt good seeing everybody come out. Everybody have a good time. Everybody turn up. Everybody at the show. You know what I mean? Everybody supporting each other. Niggas being together. Niggas smoking together. Niggas talking that would have never spoke. You know what I mean? Niggas looking at amazing art. You know what I mean? People vibing. Different crowds. It was both different vibes in there. You know what I mean? The bikers was in there. Shout out to Rice Patty and Trey, you know, for setting that together. You know what I mean? It's a big thing. It was dope. We might do something like that again. I was talking with Ainsley. Me and her was just talking. That was the first, all right, so 20...
And we paid niggas out of our pocket before the show started. We started that, paying people, actually paying and respecting the performers in the town, because that's what should be done. You feel me? That's how money generate. Like, people don't understand, like, the producers complain like the rappers don't pay the producers. Well, think about it. It's really not a scene because the promoters don't pay the rappers or don't pay the singers or the artists or the videographers to do what they do. They try to get them in there with free passes and drinks and stuff. If they pay them, then they could pay the producers for their service, and they can generate a service of money going in, which can create a scene. You know what I mean? There's nothing going on like that. So that's why these places out of town, these big places, have scenes. You know what I mean? Because it's paper generating. Everybody's eating. People will be in California and never leave California, like Mozzie and guys, Dom Kennedy, and be stupid paid. You know what I mean? Because of just the generation. You know what I mean? How it worked, because there was a scene there to generate. I feel maybe I'm tripping, but that's my thought. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to anybody? Is that woozy?
I mean, I
what you mean?
That's what I'm trying to think of. Whatever. Like, all right, so
think about it though.
I don't make music, right? But like when I do shows and like with Native Tongues we pay like
even though niggas should be getting money.
Yeah,
you feel me? Which niggas is, but think about it, niggas want to get money off their craft.
But that's the reason why I said I don't know is because you said that you pay, the artist regardless of before the show actually started. You know what I mean? So wouldn't that same concept also hold and everything with like producers and like videographers and all that type of stuff? It's like paying it regardless of what the. Oh, you just saying that there's no money flow and everything in the first place, so.
Pay the niggas.
Yeah.
Everybody should be getting paid for their service. If you're doing a service, pay them. Pay them. Unless you building with them and that's your team and y'all getting in the big long run, y'all gonna be getting big money together. That's a different story. But if you was working with this nigga one time, if you don't really talk to him and he's coming to your show to perform, to bring people, a crowd of people that he brings, you feel me? That's why you're booking him. Pay him. Like it only makes sense. You're going to make some money back.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I mean?
So you said that nobody else is doing that. Like when you.
I don't know. I just be talking. But I didn't heard. I know from experience, niggas, it'd be hard to get money out of niggas. Certain niggas that pay you, or they'll not try to pay you the full price, the price that they told you in the beginning or whatever. That's why I had to do it up front. Like, look, you want me on the show? Send me half now. Give me half of the show.
I feel that.
That's why I don't even, I like, a lot of shows, people are like, oh, how come you don't do a lot of shows? A lot of shows I get asked to do, but I just don't want to do because I really don't. You feel me? I don't want to go through the process. I seen the bigger picture. I can throw my own show, or I'd rather be a part of something that I feel is in what I want to do in the lane that I like. I'm not thirsty to just be a part of everything. You feel me? I feel like I can create some things. I'm a big believer of the creation of things that I can create. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not afraid.
All right, so that's an actual perfect segue, right? Because you say you're not afraid. You have a reputation, you know what I'm saying, of being very outspoken and honest about, like, the way that you feel about shit. And, I mean, this is another thing I don't know. It's just, like, things I've heard or whatever. Like, as far as, like, relationships and everything that, like, do you feel like your outspokenness or whatever has ever, like, set you back at all? Or I think you even said that to me one time.
I mean, in a way, maybe. But I also feel like shit. If you can't handle what I'm gonna say to you, we weren't supposed to be working together no way, because it was gonna shatter somehow. It was gonna fall to pieces. That's on the real. A lot of stuff that I get into just be because I just be expecting men to be men, and you can't expect that from everybody. You can't expect anything from anybody. You feel me? That's all I be wanting. Like, any relationship that I have that's ever went a certain way is because I've expected something from not from them to give to me, but I expected something. Like, I expect, like, you can do this, and they didn't think they can do it, so I got the fuck away. You feel me? Like, because there's no time to waste, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Because I've seen people do that to me, and I've learned, because that happened to me in the past. Like, if people didn't think I was moving a certain way, or that they was moving or doing something with, and they separated from me or called themselves separated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it only comes, people are like seasons. You learn, you give them, you learn.
Yeah, I feel that. Before you put out, I want to talk a little bit more about your music, right? Before you put out Swervana, the last project that you had put out before then, like, what was, like, your last official release?
Before Swervana.
Was it the joint with P Black?
Was it Free Juice? I think I might have put out a Free Juice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I remember, like, you had said, this is before we started recording, that, like, you felt like...
But I ain't put nothing out in a while since I had put out Swervana.
Yeah, so I guess that's the question.
I wanted it to be like that way, because that sound was about to be so fresh and new, I couldn't just switch right over. And plus, for a long time, like, I'm a big believer of, like, I can make records every day. I can make records every day, but I'm in fear of those records. They would never sound the same. But I'm in fear of the subject matter being, like, I know some of my subject matter may be the same, but I'm afraid of it being completely repetitive if I make something. So sometimes I like to actually, like I'm out here for real, so I actually like to live a life and come back and talk about that shit on these records. You feel me? So give you something to really talk. So when I tell you, my man, like, nigga, that's what happened, or you feel me? That's what went down, or my man's told me the story. You feel me? I'm telling you direct hearsay from right from the block, right from wherever I'm telling you from. You know what I mean? So I like to live a little bit. That's why and I knew that style was gonna be refreshed. And plus, I had to get with the right producer to make that like. And I had to be with somebody who I was around. Like, everything just had to be right, and it clicked. And I really wanted to do it with my niggas, and it clicked with my niggas to happen to work like that. Cheddar and Tron had the spot. They had the studio over there. Tron was making beats, you feel me? Me, Booth, Cheddar, Cholo, Steph, we heavy on the grunge shit. We go all watching that type of shit every day. You feel me? We get deep in the Bad Brains. Tron got the record shop. We start getting records. I start copying records. I get a record play. You know what I mean? It just started going. It just was big. And plus, I've always really been big into the culture of like big like rock, like lead frontman of rock. Like, I always studied that, like how they like was the shit. You remember back in the day, like the lead frontman of rock was the shit. That's what's going on with rap now. Like, we rap stars are the lead frontman, like rock stars were, like Axl Roses and stuff was. That's what rappers are now. Mm. Rappers are the new rock stars. But on the real, if niggas keep being corny, that rock star shit gonna be dead.
What do you mean by that?
If niggas keep saturating it out and just coming with the fashion and not really coming with the whole allure of the rock star, you know what I mean? Not the feel. The just not just the image, you know what I mean? If the music doesn't correlate, if it don't sound like, you know what I mean? Even if it don't sound like you trying to be experimental, you just dressing like Hot Topic, you know what I mean? That shit is gonna get corny and it's gonna die out. It's gonna kill a real thing. That's how real rock and roll died, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
The same thing happening, so it can happen with rap too. But I don't think it can. But rap is so innovative and switch so much. I don't see that happen. But that little phase can happen. As phases die and everything, the bling bling. You know what I mean? A lot of phases die.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, all right, because the sound
they don't even die. They just move on and elevate. Because that's what rap do. Everything elevate. Life elevate. Everything move.
I've been meaning to ask somebody that makes like, you know, the grunge rap that you be making. Because the sound is different than what you would think like traditional hip hop. Like, you take like a Tribe Called Quest or something like that, and you know, play like music from 2018 and say, all right, both of these is rap. It's like, it don't sound the same. Like, when do you start calling it something different?
But even Tribe Called Quest didn't sound like the people that was out at that time, and they called it something different.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, when do you start calling it something different? It's like, all right,
when I feel it something. As soon as I felt it, I knew like I really know how to manipulate my voice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all them, like, that's why I don't do a lot of features, because I be like, shit, I can do almost everything. And if I can't, my bros, Ooze or Kale or one of them, or Pac-Man, one of them can do it, you feel me? Like, flat out. Like, so it just be like, when did I start calling it something else? When I really felt it something else. Lee said something to me that was, that stuck with me. He said, I really like everything you're doing right now. It really finally all correlates. Like, this, like, the lyrical shit was cool, but I know you. Like, I know you from the South Side. I know you from just around. I know you from kicking it with you. You my brother, little brother. This is the best representation of you. This is how you feel about shit. This is you. This is outspoken. This brash is coming at you. The voices is unexpected. It switches. You know what I mean? This is like, you know what I mean?
So
the drink make me moody.
I'm not saying no. Like, how did you come up with the name Fabby Rotten? I assume Fabby like came from Fab. Or
yeah,
the rock
like
part,
the back in the day, the joint, the little shorty that call me Fabby or whatever, or
yeah.
KK, and they would call me Fabby, or people would call me, you know what I mean, Fabby, or like, I don't even know if KK, but just girls would call me Fabby, and then my little cousins will really call me like Fabby, because they hate to say Fabby shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I really fuck with Johnny Rotten. He was the only real musician in the Sex Pistols. You feel me? Like, he was the only one that was really skilled with music. The rest of them was really the image thing, portrayers. But I really fucked with this his whole like. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say. I don't give a fucking blackball. What? I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm gonna do how I am. His whole little persona of the punk thing. I fucked with that, and it's very right, and I'm very right. So Fabby Rotten, and I'm very right.
Where, I wanted to ask you, like, because another thing you said before we started was just talking about like where you like saw your trajectory and everything. I want to ask. This is something I ask every artist here in Columbus. It's like how do you feel about like the local scene and even more than how do you feel about it, but also like how do you feel like they've treated you? You know what I mean?
I feel the local scene is doing good right now. I feel like people are supporting things, people going out to things. There's a lot of things to go to. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of people entrepreneuring and starting up their own things inside the scene to create a farther expansion of the scene, which is good, you feel me, which is needed. I feel like it's dope right now. The arts is real heavy. I like what's going on in the arts. I feel like the arts, like the fashion, I feel like the arts in this city at least go hand in hand with the scene. As they grow, the scene grows, you know what I mean? Because a lot of the artists are connected to the rappers, you know what I mean? Or to the musicians, vice versa. So that shit is lit, you feel me? I feel like it's doing better. I feel like I'm not really worried about how they treat me. I mean, I feel like things get shifty as life do, you feel me? And it's definitely got shifty, you feel me? I mean, things change. People feel how, I feel like a lot of people just be confused by what I'm doing in the music. Like they really don't understand, but they not supposed to. If I'm making music, you understand, I'm not sweet. You feel me? That's not, you feel me? I'm supposed to be trying to push a curve, you feel me? Trying to do something new every time I make a record. We're supposed to be trying to do what I want to do or feel how I want to feel every time I make a record. If I sounded how you wanted me to sound, it would be like somebody else. And that's not cool to me.
Who do you think that you make music for?
Whoever likes to listen to it.
I'm saying, like, could you say, like, if people can relate or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, are you saying, like, it, you know, you're from the south side of Columbus?
I definitely make people that's, feel me, from a certain kind of struggle, that live a certain kind of way, that's about a certain kind of thing, that's, you know what I mean? But I definitely, sonically, I definitely make music that anybody can adapt to, I feel like, sonically. Mm-hmm. With the melodies and things that I use now and shit, and just being me, I feel like I just make shit. That's what I'm saying. I make shit. I feel different kind of ways, and I'm out here with different kind of people all the time, so I'm able to make anything. Yeah. I can make anything. Like I've written R&B songs for R&B people.
Right.
You feel me?
You think that? Well, I guess it's like either or type question, right? Do you think that music is better when it's like super lyrical, or you think that it's better when like the person that's listening to it, they feel that impact?
My perception of lyrical is different than other people's perception of lyrical. A lot of people think lyrical is legendary, Medicare, you feel me? Like that's cool, that's hard, that's very technical, but I feel like lyrical is just you telling, you feel me, saying something people can relate to, and just saying something that you can relate to, what's real to you and happening to the people that's around you or happening to you. That is lyrical if you put it a certain way. Now when you get into cadences and different things and flows, that's when they get into something else. But just saying what's real to you, and even if nobody relate to it, if people around you relate to it because they with you and they see that it's your life, that's lyrical to me. Like Future is super lyrical to me. He's amazingly lyrical to me because he's saying shit that people, I know mass people that relate to Future. I know, I've seen these things he talk about, some of these things, not all of them, but nigga, we seen them. Like we grew up on the South, we seen raids, feds kicking in when he say, pick the dead dog up like an infant. Like that, nigga, that's real. When the boys come in and the dog rush the door and they kill the dog, like, you feel me? And when they right down and find that, they gotta go and you gotta bury the dog. Like that shit real, bro. Like Future's a very lyrical person. I would say that's more lyrical than a nigga using a bunch of big words that nobody really ever used. You know what I mean? Or nobody really ever gonna relate to. But it's technical, it'd be hard, don't get me wrong, but lyrics is a different thing to me.
I did want to ask, like, just your like inspirations and like what influences you, like, to make your music. But I mean, you kind of like spoke on it earlier when you were saying like you just go like with the canvas or whatever. So I guess I do want to say, like, you thrown out a lot of names from. You said his name was Johnny Rotten. from the Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Johnny Rotten, you said Pharrell earlier, and I know we was talking a little bit earlier about Lil Wayne, but like
On the real, I've never, my biggest inspiration in music, well, for a long, long time, it still is, but it's not to the level that it was because my biggest inspiration in music now is myself.
right.
I feel like I'm inspired by what I do and different things that I think of and different things that are around me, you know what I mean? That's what I'm inspired by. But for a long time, it was Lil Wayne. Like, you know what I mean? That's a big influence. I fuck with Wayne. Heavy. I think that's the GOAT to me, you feel me? But other than that, I ain't never really, and Jay-Z, I like Hov a whole lot. And I was a big Lupe fan at one time, you feel me? I still like Lupe a lot. But other than that, I ain't really.
You like the recent shit that like Lupe been doing?
Yeah. I like LRS, all them. I like all them joints he was doing, or SRL. My bad. Shout out to LRS stuff.
Yeah, same.
But I like Young Thug. I listen to Thug, but I just really try to do. I definitely want to be an artist at the times. Like I feel like Michael Jackson and niggas like that was artists at the times. Like even though they were great artists, they still, you feel me? People at the time, they still were fresh. You know what I mean? It was relatable. It was still something new every time. You know what I mean? The energy was still always very electric. You know what I mean? What they was doing. So I want to be something like that. And I understand it's certain pockets that you can dabble in, but I also try to manipulate these pockets into being my own certain thing, being my way. And that's how I feel like I come out with the Pretty Pink Grunge rap.
Is there a part of you that like wants to be like the face of the city like here in Columbus? Or does that not even matter to you?
I want to be
like how like Drake is for Toronto.
Oh yeah, that would be dope.
Word.
That would be dope. But I mean, even though that would be dope, yeah, I would love that, to be all the way honest. But I feel like that's what it's gonna take for somebody to get. I feel like it's gonna take not even to get to a Drake level. I feel like it's just gonna take somebody to get on for the city to embrace them in that fashion. Before I don't feel like it's a possible thing to happen maybe before, because I know you can make it's amazing records out, but the city don't latch on to them like that. Maybe out of town will latch on to them. It's amazing. I'm not just saying for myself. It's amazing records from other artists. You know what I mean? The city may latch on to them. Didn't latch on to them late. You know what I mean? But other places caught them quick. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's gonna take somebody to expand outer before the city be like, okay, that's our guy. But I don't feel like it's gonna be a guy that's just growing here. Even though this guy's gonna be brewing here that's making amazing records.
I've been telling people,
It's just my perception,
that I think that Columbus needs to treat people like Bow Wow a lot better. And I was talking to somebody last week. They said
I really don't. I mean, like I live in the city, so I know how the city is. So do I blame Bow Wow for how he is? No. I know 1 million niggas from my hood, if they blew up and you treated them like that, they would never fuck with you from this bitch or never do a show here again. So
like
that's just
the way that we
real.
talk
That's
about
just human nature. You're not gonna fuck
yeah.
with who doesn't fuck with you. So the city need to be like, oh, Bow Wow. Like, no, y'all don't fuck with him. Why would he fuck with y'all? Even though he's from here, but he would love to. But the love ain't reciprocated, so you can't just be loving. That's how you get your heart broke.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I've seen a lot of people with records, and the city just didn't get behind the records, and they was really good records, and their records like, oh man. And then you see somebody with 3 chains from a different place or something with the same records, and everybody love them, and it's like this is kind of like this record, but it's not the same. But they make records like, alright, fuck it, you know what I mean? But it's a lot of that.
Records you think like is out right now, or do you think that there's any right now that people are like sleeping on that you shouldn't be?
I don't know.
Like, I got you.
You try to get me there, boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm good though.
I'm just asking.
I know. You try to get us good though. I fuck with that look.
I want to know.
He got some good interview skills. Look, you know, anybody else other than me that'd have been a layup to the hole, Lord. You'd have had a good little clip
and shit, man. I was just asking, like, I want to know what I'm sitting.
Nah, you trying to get me smoke on somebody.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Give me smoke on somebody.
Word. All right, so I mean, probably 'cause I know we kind of running long on time.
We Gucci. We Gucci.
I mean, Batty's gonna die.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna ask, like, you know, like some quick, like, you know what I mean, just so people know, like, a little bit more about you, you know what I'm saying? So, like, some, like, quick strike questions and shit. Like, your top 5 albums of all time that you just enjoy listening to.
Ooh.
Yeah, I ain't even tell you I was about to ask you them.
Ooh, okay, my top 5 albums. Yeah. This is really a trick question because they might be mixtapes.
That's fair. Like, any projects. I'll say projects. Your top 5 projects.
Okay. Lil Wayne, The Prefix. In no order.
In no order, just your favorites.
Lil Wayne, The Prefix. Lil Wayne, The Suffix. Young Thug, Jeffrey.
And they don't got to be hip hop.
Hold on.
It can be like any genre.
So any genre? Okay, let me start over. Okay. The Prefix, The Suffix. I can't even.
You gonna say Jeffrey again too?
No. Jeffrey too though, but Jeffrey, you gotta do top 10 because I have a wide range of music. Like I listen to a lot of things. Okay. Iggy Pop and the Stooges album. The first one, What I Gotta Be, I Wanna Be Your Dog. What else do I like to listen to? I like to listen to a lot of things. Ooh, any Frank Ocean, Channel Orange, Frank Ocean Blonde, any Frank Ocean leak that he's ever put out. You feel me? Frank Ocean is amazing to me. Frank Ocean is the best thing since Michael Jackson to me, musically. I'm not talking about performance-wise, but as far as the music he puts out and the effect I feel that it has in the range of things that he talks about and different, you know what I mean, different branches he's able to reach, I feel like Frank Ocean is right there. No Justin Timberlake, he's not like Michael Jackson. Even though they're trying to make him, he's not. But
you said Justin over?
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to make Justin. No, neither one of those guys.
You don't like Bruno Mars?
He's cool, but he's
not like, for you.
I mean, he's dope, but it's just I feel like a lot of I don't know. I ain't fucking snitching on Bruno Mars. I ain't getting on him.
I feel you.
He cool though, but I just don't. I would take Frank Ocean over both of those guys. That's just the music I prefer.
You said like 6.
The Blueprint.
That's 7. You ain't got no Kanye?
Oh yeah, I gotta get to that.
Nigga?
Yeah, I gotta get to that.
You at 7, my guy.
Yeah, the last 2 is he probably 808s and Heartbreak changed my life.
Mine too.
That's the album that changed my musical life. 808s and Heartbreak. Yeezus also did that for me again. I think Yeezus is an amazing album on all ranges, and I like a lot of things, bro.
You got one more?
What else? The Measure.
I see. Look, yeah, I feel you. I like personally, man. Like,
ooh, no. Ooh, that's hard. Cause Anti-Parachute. Ooh, that's my shit, bro. Anti-Parachute, go. Ever? Yes. Anti-Parachute. Yeah. Cause that was a hoe with the she loves me. She's numb. Yeah. Lee snapped on that. Anti-Parachute probably. Yeah, Anti-Parachute and The Measure. I say The Measure too, though, because I was on The Measure and I snapped on The Measure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you had to put yourself. I was wondering if you're just gonna put your own projects in there, but
I'm not that vain. I know I'm the Kabachi. You feel me? I'm the Kabachi. That means nigga, man.
You know, for me, now I'm just kind of surprised that you ain't said this one. Any Day Now, like that joint for me is like that's another good thing that's still in my whip. You know what I mean?
But I like Any Day Now, but I like Ness's like shit that he was making at Jack's. That like, see, I've heard so much Ness shit. Like, you feel me? Like his shit that he was making it. He had some that he didn't get to put out. Jack, like something. Jack got some shit at Ness's. was fire. Like me and Ness used to. It was a long stretch where me and Ness was recording together. Me and Ness was recording probably like a year or two straight together. And the same, he do a song, I do some, boom, 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 boom. You feel me? Vibe, we do a song together, boom, boom, boom. Just moving around, kicking it, vibing, not even doing some music, vibing. That's my brother. He really taught me a lot on the real.
He was the one that
he was the only one that could really tell me some shit. Like, you feel me? Because I knew he knew and been through some shit. To tell me about some shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, we used to argue, and I used to be like, certain things think about any of that stuff that guy just said. How many times we could do that? But listen to this, bro. That's what you're going through right now. And we used to vibe like that. Yeah. But Ness was Ness would be amazing with to be able to be. He was one of those guys too that didn't have to go technical into the words, but would just say things that immediately connected with you, that you felt, you know what I mean, that you went through or you seen somebody go through. He was amazing at that. He could paint amazing pictures.
Yeah, I agree with that. I used to tell people, like, for me, it was like, if I could put like the spirit of Tupac or whatever into anybody, or if I had to say that anybody like had that same type of thing in my own personal life, then that's how like I looked at Ness. Because he was just like real, like inspirational, but like you know, like had integrity. You know what I'm saying? But cared about the community. You know, so.
Yeah, morals, values, all that. Though. Yeah, he's a real man.
Yeah, a real man, exactly. Man. And he meant something. Like he was a man, but he was also like a image or whatever, like something that like to aspire to be like. Yeah, you know what I mean?
For sure. That's what.
I definitely agree with that.
Definitely was a good role model.
Damn. So all right, we're not gonna do 10 for this one, but just 3 movies that you know what I mean you just fuck with. Cause you said he was a movie guy when it was coming up.
Okay, let me see. Oh, this is you asked a good question. Okay, bro. I see you, bro. You trying to get the academics out of here, ain't you? I feel you. Okay. He on his way. Everyday struggle, look out.
That's crazy.
But nah, movies. See, that's kind of like music with me. Like, that's how I'm feeling, because I watch movies. When I watch movies, I don't just watch, okay, I'm about to watch this movie. I watch everything by that director that looks pleasing, or that looks like it's going to be, you know what I mean?
All right, so maybe instead of saying movies, say your top 3 directors, and then the movies that those that you like by those directors.
It might be the same. I like, I'm big on Spike Lee. I like Spike Lee's movies.
What movies you like by Spike?
I like She's Gotta Have It. I like what else do I like? I like what's the one with Mo Better Blues. I like Mo Better Blues. And I like Stanley Cooper. I like With Eyes Wide Shut. And I like Full Metal.
I ain't never seen
by Stanley Cooper.
Yeah, I ain't never seen
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good movie. You seen that? Yeah. Full Metal Jacket. And my third would probably be I like the I don't know the name of the director, but the John Michel Basquiat documentary about his you never seen that?
Nah.
Oh my God, The Radiant Child.
It's called The Radiant Child?
Yeah, I have it here. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, I need to see that.
Okay, yeah. But I
just got a 4K TV and everything too.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be lit. It's gonna be going crazy for you. The John Michel Basquiat, The Radiant Child, and I also like I don't know the director, but I like the biopic of Sid Vicious from the Sex Pistols and Nancy, his girlfriend or whatever. I like that. That's one of my favorites too.
Alright, and then it'll probably be the last one I ask you. Yo, favorite things to do in Columbus? Yeah, I just said for Columbus because a lot of times people like to
record and record.
Alright. Outside of music, outside of like performance shows, making music, or going and attending shows or whatever? Like, what? Because you say you have a life, you out here living and everything.
Yeah,
like, so
but my life ain't on the camera.
nah, I feel you. But I'm just saying, like, what do you like to do? You know what I mean? I guess record. That's what you said.
I like to record. I like to record. I just like to record or talk to somebody that's thinking progressive, a way to, you feel me, do some better stuff or do this better, or how can we progress on this or get up out of here or do this, or you know what I mean? That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
I don't like to do. I don't like to do no much chilling no more.
Yeah.
For real. It's cool sometimes, but if I do, I'm gonna chill with my brothers. Like, I chill with my brothers because we just chilling until it's time for our studio session.
Yeah.
So you feel me, like real talk. So
I feel you.
or I be with my lady. I'll put that in there.
You don't. You said that. That's crazy. Shit. Damn.
About to die.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask if we had any more time. It's all good though. True. I mean, I feel like it's a lot and everything. I want to start doing like just like sit downs and shit more with like artists and like talk to them about their story and everything. When can we expect new music?
Very soon. I'm in the process of working with my niggas. My homeboy Zero right here, man, going crazy with the beats. Trust me, it's coming. All that little stuff I've been previewing, he been making, but it's coming. I'm about to come with some stuff real soon. So, rotten.com, maybe coming soon, or live from the other side.
Is that a website? That's just the name of the project.
Might be the name of the project. Might be a website.
It might be both.
Live from the other side. You never know.
I feel you. Well, when that shit come out, man, we gotta make sure and like just talk about that specific project.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
We can do that.
Alright, word. Well, like I said, man, I appreciate you sitting down with me. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we put this up or whatever. Like, it might go crazy, and we got to like do like some follow up and respond type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it might.
But nah, I just appreciate, you know what I mean, like sitting down and you can take some time out of your day. You know what I mean? Take some time out of your recording. You know, since that's what you love to do.
Let me tell y'all, I am not a bad guy, okay? I just am a real nigga, and I want y'all niggas to just be men and be the best you can be. That's all I want from niggas, bro. It don't be no hate. It don't be no shade. It's all love. Be the better you. Don't be no weak you. Are you sending yourself? Because I ain't going to send myself. You dig?
Yeah,
We
I feel
out.
you.
We good. Here we good.